There we go. Welcome back, everybody. This is Ask the Squires instead of Knights because we're cool kids. We have two awesome people on right now. We have Baron Sampson, correct? I
That's
should have
correct.
asked for titles and names prior. And then the Honorable Lord Shay, because that's how you actually pronounce that very long Irish name. How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Uh, we're here. So, I guess start it off. We'll start with you, Samson, since you're higher in OP. Who are you? How did you get started?
Hello, everyone. So I'm Baron Sampson of the East Kingdom. I got started about 7 years ago. I was taking the kids. Me and my children were doing martial arts. We were going to the Ren Fair, and I was online in a Star Wars community when a friend from Colorado said, "Oh, you do martial arts? You like the Ren Fair? You have to try out the SCA. I bet there's a local chapter." There's 15 minutes from my house, Middletown, New York. There's a local chapter. I met then Squire, now Sir Hassan, and Mark, and Demetrius, and Bradaig, and for the last 7 years, I've been addicted.
Sweet. All right, Shay.
I'm Shay. Squire to Sir Carson Wynn from Glen Island. Started about 17 years ago. Taking a few little short hiatuses here and there throughout, but that's my hobby and I love it. That's what I do. It's all I do the SCA and work. That's it. I found out about the SCA through a friend while doing like small stage theater. And she was from Seattle. We were doing a play that was within a play within a play. And we were, anyway, it's weird. Anyway, I made the comment that I wish they had something medieval that I could get into, like, because at the time I think a Knight's Tale had just come out and it was super popular, and it just it's what I wanted to do. And she was like, "Oh, you need to check these people out." So got on Yahoo. Wow,
You're old.
and searched up local groups and found our local group, and I didn't know what I was looking for, so I went to a business meeting for my very first experience with the SCA. Met some pretty cool people, and the ones that are still with us, I'm still friends with. So
Sweet. All right. So I guess, shit. This is great. I'm not prepared. Next question. What keeps you coming back is the biggest thing. Shay, since you were last, you get to answer next.
what keeps it coming back? My wife makes me. She hit me flip-flop. No, it's the people. This is my family. I'm closer to people in the SCA than I am with my own flesh and blood. And you can't ask for better people than you're going to find in the SCA. Now, there's some douchebags, of course, but as a whole in the SCA, the people are what's going to bring you back. The fighting's fun too, but it's the people.
Yeah. Samson?
Yeah, I really hate to say the same, but the same. I absolutely love the fact that the SCA, at its base, it's an organization built around the concept of people who may feel that they're 5 to 10 degrees outside of normal can come together and just celebrate each other. We are a community of people who can come together to celebrate each other, help each other in times of need. The absolute ferocity that this community can come together with and help someone is absolutely incredible, in both good times and in bad, and that's just awesome. So absolutely keep coming back for the people.
Sweet. Let's go deep with the next question. What is your biggest hurdle as an unbelt right now, you think, Samson?
Ooh, biggest hurdle. Biggest hurdle as an unbelt. I would have to say the mental aspect of martial arts. Right. So, because we're all, the right? Because we're squires, right? We're talking about the path. So specifically along the path of our martial art in fighting and I really hate this phrase, but getting to the next level of recognition, the biggest hurdle would be the mental aspect of getting out of your own way, breathing, and I'm gonna so butcher it, but like the no mind quote to fighting.
The lizard brain.
Yeah, some people, yeah, absolutely. So the lizard brain and getting in, there's still just a handful of of people who I will step into the list, and it's automatically just a 2v1. It's them and my brain. So absolutely the hurdle now for me is the mental aspect of fighting.
Yeah. All right, Shay, what's your biggest hurdle you think right now?
Myself.
Yeah, okay.
Totally myself. 100% me. I am my own hurdle, which I'm fat, so I'm hard to jump. So
our bodies are 70% water. You're not fat, you're flooded.
No, I don't like that. It's like an engine, it won't start. No, yeah, I am my own hurdle. I'm my own worst enemy in all things in life. I get in my own way in everything. Dealing with self-doubt and depression from an early age has really held me back in anything I've tried to pursue. My wife has helped me quite a bit get past it. My knight has helped me get past it. My knights that aren't my knights, Sir Uther and Sir James and Sir Padraig, have helped quite a bit get past it. And their ladies have helped. It's like I said, family. It's the people that bring you back. It's the people that are helping me get past myself. And it's a slow crawl because I really don't like me.
Yeah,
But we love
that. So
jumping
out.
We love you, right, Jay?
Yeah, some people do.
Yeah.
So jumping out what Shay mentioned about having a support and the support of your wives, I have to share a quick story. Martha would be upset if I didn't. So coming out of the plague years, we started, the practice started getting back up again. So I traveled with my knight. Also, quick shout out, I apologize to my knight because in the introductions, I did not mention that I'm a squire in the East Kingdom to Jarl Valgard's Stonecleaver. But he would bring me around to different practices. We'd go out to Duke Tim of Ethelmarks and fight a bunch of peers and knights and their top on belts out there. But there was one particular practice where I was the only, I wasn't the only on belt at the time. Then Squire Elglin was weeks away from being knighted. But over the span of about 6 months, I was either the only unbelt or one of like 2 or 3 unbelts invited to these practices. So I am just getting demolished by dukes and counts and knights and just beaten to a pulp. And so there's this one really rough practice that I'm driving home, and of course everything is 3 hours down south in Jersey. So I got to drive through New Jersey, which is just so much fun to begin with. Call Martha after this practice, and I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I quit. I suck. I'm not getting any better. Just nothing is clicking. Nothing's making sense. And she goes, all right. Breathe. Tell me how your fights with, Duke Ron went. And so I said, well, they were okay. We doubled, and then I took his leg and I walked into his thrust, and then I got him with the one shoulder dip. And she was like, okay, pause there. She goes, how long have you been fighting Ron? How many times have you ever, beaten Ron in a fight? And I was like, well, I've never touched him before. And she goes, see, you're getting better. Shut up. See you at home. Click. So, the little friendly reminders that, getting better is incremental.
I thank God for COVID. I really do. I thank God for COVID, because if it wasn't for the SCA shutting down effectively because of COVID, I wouldn't have taken the weekends that we would have spent at events and gone to Great Nish or Memphis to Duke Uther's house and have him and his brother, we call him Coach. It's Sir Luther. We call him Coach. Yell at me about how fucked up my footwork is, and I spent 2 weekends, if not more, a month throughout COVID, getting yelled at by these guys, and it's drastically changed how I fight. And you can't still get yelled at by Luther. My footwork still sucks. I know. I'm working on it.
Well, I guess on the topic of getting beat at practice, who is your boogeyman? We'll go. Who answered first last? I guess.
Who is my boogeyman? Okay. Well, I guess I can't really think about it too hard. So there's another unbelt in the East. I don't know. It's Roman, so there's a lot of us's and lots of names, but Quintus. Everyone in the East will know who I'm talking about when I just say Quintus. Sorry, buddy. I don't know the rest of it. But yeah, he was a solid unbelt when I entered. So I've come up against him, lots of times, and he's the one who I was talking about in the before, where he's just one of the fighters I step into the list, and it's a 2v1. He very cleanly and steadfastly knocked me out of a tournament after I was having a very decent day going into the final four. Lucas, I was the 1 seed, he was the 4 seed, and just 2 fights. It was like, thanks, Patty, and see you later.
Who you got, Shay? Who's your
James Hawley? I fight him all the time in practice, and I like I said, throughout COVID, I was fighting him 2 or 3 times a week. I still cannot figure out how to hit him with a fucking stick. It's like he's not. I hate that guy, but I love him so much. But my God, he's an impossible fight. And I one day, if I ever figure out how to beat him, I'll have it made. I'll be the best in the known world. But that's never going to happen because he is so damn good.
Well, I suppose, I guess on the flip side of the whole topic of Boogeyman, who's your hero and why?
Oh.
And we go with Shay first.
Oh, no.
He said,
who's my hero? My wife's over on my shoulder saying she knows. Who's my hero? Oh, yeah, there is that. Yeah, Kimiko. Kimiko's my hero. Sir Ashi, his lady. So I have a very, very foul mouth and a very boisterous personality. And I get loud, and I always have. And especially when I drink. It's worse when I drink. And we were at an event, and it was cold. It was snowing. It was at the camp in Utica. And I was being Shay, man, just loud, drunk, saying stupid stuff. And Kimiko just snapped and she crawled up one side and down the other about how I needed to have more respect for the people around me. And dude, it pissed me off. I was so mad. Throw in my cup, walk back to the cabin, just angry. And then sat in the cabin for 15, 20 minutes and then started bawling like a little girl because she was right, dude. I was ruining everybody else's event by not respecting the people around me. So it went from that she turned me from party Shay to at least having some decorum. You have her to thank for me not being naked right now, I guess. I don't know. Yes.
So who you got, Samson? Who's your hero and why?
My SCA hero. So the first person, the person in Colorado who told me I should join the SCA, I guess is the first person I met in the SCA. But the walking into Middletown, the first time I met this person, Sir Hassan, He was then a squire. He's my hero because he has a fantastic ability to build up everyone around him without taking the spotlight. And he does a very good job at that. And having the honor and pleasure of watching him do the end of his, the end of his squire grind. And he's just forever been in my corner. He has taught me more blocks than I can name right now, which has helped me throughout, of course, fighting, but just, helping me be a better person.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, so we've talked heroes, we've talked boogeymen, we've talked fighting. I guess, how important is it to be well-rounded off the field, in your opinion? And with what? What is your number one thing off the field that you focus on the most, Samson?
How important is being well-rounded off the field? It depends on what your goal is, really. If we are talking personal, being well-rounded is extremely important. But I will always maintain that the SCA is very personal in that it is the SCA can be very personal because it can mean different things to everyone else. Being well-rounded for me has helped me with I don't know how to say it other than the dark times of being a squire, right? So I mean, we don't you get to a point where you're not you're not chasing the recognition, or you shouldn't be. You get to a point where you shouldn't be chasing the recognition, but before someone has that revelation, and you're you can go down a dark path of why haven't I gotten this yet, or why haven't I been seen for this yet? And so being well-rounded politely reminds us to have fun. And if the goal of the SCA is practice and getting better at all of our individual hobbies and adventures, then being well-rounded allows us time to, maybe I should breathe from rattan for a minute, and I should go shoot archery this event. So it helps remember that there's whole worlds to the SCA outside of fighting.
Sweet. What you got, Shay?
I like what he said. The SCA, it's the hobby of hobbies, man. There's so many things you can do. If you run out of things to do, you're playing the game wrong. Yeah. And I've chasing accolade, chasing recognition has never been. I've never really. Do I want to be noticed? Yeah, everybody does. It's hard to say it, hard to articulate. If you're not having fun in what you're doing, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
The SCA, it's a hobby. This isn't a job. If it becomes a job, again, you're doing it wrong. You're here. We're paying money to do this to have fun. Yeah. If it stops being fun, do something else. Yeah. If at
that point, what's the point in paying for it if it's not fun for you anymore?
Right. Well, I'm not going to give up my hard-earned money for something that makes me miserable. Yeah. Now, fighting's never going to make me miserable. I really like hitting people with sticks.
You really enjoy slapping
me. There is no better stress release than that one good shot of just
you a beer. Yeah. You hit me really good. Here, drink this. Instead of, hey, why are you putting me in handcuffs? The SCA has to be fun. You have to have fun. And there are so many ways to have fun in the SCA, like you said, with archery, or hell, spending time in the kitchen. Washing dishes sucks, but it's necessary. It needs to be done. You go to you enjoy the feast, help them clean up. You're not having fun on the fighting field. host the list, do, I don't know, help them marshal. There's 1,000 things on the field that you can do other than fight.
Yeah.
You got to find the fun where it is, and if it's where you are is not fun, go somewhere else. It's not that it's a big event, especially the wars. There's a lot of shit to do at war.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, there we go. Go have fun. That's the
Okay. So, well, excuse me. Aside from fighting and your ladies, what is your greatest love in the SCA?
Fighting my lady. No. The people. It's still, it comes back to the people.
Yeah.
This chosen family that I have. I could be in the worst mood ever and run across Gellir, and he reaches into his bag of beer holding and hands me skunky Kirkland's beer, and it changes your whole outlook on life. You the people, you have fun.
No matter what they give you, just as long as it's the people, right?
Yeah.
What you got, Samson?
Well, I already did the whole long explanation on the people thing too. What I love doing in the SCA, if it's not fighting, is service. I was just squired, and Queen Natavia gave me the honor of being on the Queen's Guard. So that was year 2 of me being in the SCA. I got to be on the Queen's Guard. So in the East Kingdom, that group of people, we bring the thrones, the state, we set the stage. The stage crew. And getting that peek behind the curtain of being able to help set up and give their majesties an opportunity to just step onto the site and then be the royals, and helping create the magic has been an absolute blast. And I have been addicted to the service aspect of the SCA since my first business meeting when I showed up. And I know you're not supposed to do this to new people, but it worked for me. So that means it's okay for everyone. It's not, and I'll get smacked for that later. But first business meeting, I was asked if I was good at math, and I said yes. So they said, "Can you spell exchequer?" And because I could, I was then our local shire's exchequer. So the service just started from there.
That's a big move.
But helping, didn't realize just how big to start, but. It worked out well. Helping create and set up the magic, event steward, setting the stage and then letting other people, enjoy and partake if it wasn't fighting primary, then it would be service primary.
All right. Well, I know we've talked about knights. We've kind of dibbled in, but we'll go in a little deeper with them. Who is your knight? How did you meet them / get squired to them? And since Samson answered last, we'll go with Samson again.
Okay. So my knight is Jarl Valgard Stonecleaver, originally West, now the second and correct Kingdom of the East. We met him my first 4 months in the SCA. Hassan invited him and Sergey from the New York City area up to our local practice, saying, "Hey, we got a couple new guys. You should come, check them out." So they came up the practice the Tuesday before Duke Tim's first adult swim practice in Ethelmark. So Tuesday night, they told us about this big practice, and I said, "I could go. I'll drive. Let's carpool." And so that's how we met. Couple months after that, we had conversations along the way. But a couple months after that, we did the man at arms thing agreement for a year and a day, and then Appenzic the year later, I was squired.
Sweet. You, Shay?
Oh boy. So my knight is Sir Carson Witt. I met him at an event. I don't even know. He's always been there. Just the creepy old man in the corner,
Nice.
I've been squired before a couple of times, and just things didn't work out.
Yeah.
It happens, and I was pretty well done with being squired to an individual. I'll just be the kingdom squire. To hell with it. If somebody needs me, I'm there. And I don't know if he got me drunk or put something in my drink, Bill Cosby style. I don't know, but yeah, Carson, he suckered me, and now I'm wearing his belt, and he won't take it back. So, no, that's not completely true. I love the guy. He's done more for me as a friend than I could ever hope to deserve. He's just a great individual. And I think I was 2017. I took the belt from him. I think that's right.
Matt. Something like that.
Before he tried to kill himself with a stroke.
Oh,
because he eats too much boudin.
Here we go.
And that would be his lady. I hope he's not listening. I love you, Carson.
feel as though there's a quest in the future.
Shit.
Well, so we're like 2.5 minutes away from audience questions. As you wish, please ask these guys what you want. Except for certain things. Shay has requested that we don't talk about our sex tape, but that's besides the point.
That's an after show. That's the after show party.
We would like to hear about that. We have a show 10 minutes after this. But filling question. Obviously, there's something odd here. I don't have mine on because it is in the car. But Squire chains. Samson, if you'd like to, I know you said it's kind of iffy in the East, but if you'd like to explain why.
It's not iffy. It's by the night, right? So it comes down to the agreement between the knight and their squire. So lots of squires in the East, do wear the chain. My agreement, from my knight's line, he didn't wear a chain. I don't wear a chain. It is the choice of our line and agreement. But because the chain represents fealty to the crown, and my fealty is to him. My fealty is to the crown through I am a citizen of the East, and so I am in fealty that way. But it goes back to the vassal of my vassal is not my vassal. So that is why I do not choose to wear the chain.
Well, Shay, would you like to get into it?
There's nothing to get into. My knight gave me a chain, and I put it around my neck. The bling I wear besides my wedding band, Yeah. James the Holy says that when you reach a certain station, you have to have a certain amount of flair or bling or whatever. And I am a failure when it comes to that. I don't wear my circlet for my AOA, my GOA. I just don't do it. I'm not a flashy person. My wife makes beautiful garb like I'm wearing now, and this is as flashy as I get, y'all. I don't do pretty. Well, not with a face. I got a face that was built for radio, so I don't do pretty well. And when my knight said, "Hey, here's your chain," I put it around my neck because it's from him, and that's enough. I don't need a reason behind it. He says wear it, I wear it.
It was his chain.
Sweet.
And it was his chain, so it's a legacy chain. So one day, if they are ever dumb enough to knight me, brave enough, no. If I am ever honored with knighthood, there we go. My squire will, if he deserves it. If it's somebody like Ethan, it'll go in a drawer.
Well. Fair enough. You drive a point. Let's see here. So we're at the 30-minute mark. Yeah.
Oh god, here we go.
Very fast. Oh, you're gonna like this. From my knight, Sir Gellis, the first question: what would you say to those who say we can't cut up like we used to in the SCA? Shay.
Bullshit. It's bullshit. You can cut up as much as you want to. There were repercussions if you went too far back in the day. If you went too far, you paid for it.
Yeah.
What is too far now? Shit, who knows? Everybody's scared to try. Yeah, you can still cut up and have a good time like you used to. I'll still do the peanut gallery beside the fighting field at Crown List and heckle the fighters. Once I'm out, when I'm still fighting, and I'm going to be quiet, and I'm not going to.
Speaking of that, I don't guess you got much heckling done this past list, huh?
I did not. I didn't have time. Gellis was picking on me.
No, always.
I had a good day. I had fun. Now that's really what matters. But no, yeah, you can still do stupid Squire tricks, set up a 200-foot slip and slide in the ravine, and have buckets of beer at the top for everybody to enjoy themselves. It's still possible to have a good time in the SCA and not worry about offending everyone. You're going to offend somebody, but
always.
I mean, fuck them. I hate to say that, but you can't please everybody. And if you're trying to please everybody, you're doing it wrong.
Again, to the fun aspect. If you're not having fun, what's the fun thing? Samson, what you got?
Yeah, we can't cut up like they used to. I am assuming this is so bad. I'm so dumb. Cut up. That's have fun. I get like what?
Yeah. Fuck around.
Yeah, that's a phrase. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I got it. So then we were just at my daughter's athletic awards for high school, and a couple of the other parents were made the joke. Have you ever been have you ever wept for our future? Because they were asking the kids to get in a line, and the high schoolers were nervous, and so they were fumbling, following directions, and so it goes along with what we were saying tonight there with the whole, every generation makes fun of the next one. So every generation has it was always more fun, when we did things, and you can't have fun anymore. So no, we still have a blast. We still can heckle the snot out of each other when we're fighting. If you're missing heckling, Tuesday nights, Circleville, New York, come on down. We throw swords and shade.
That should be on a t-shirt if it's not already.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
All right. So the next question comes from the Honorable Lord Thorin in the East.
Who let him here?
What's your favorite type of tournament and why? Samson, it's your guy, so you get to answer first.
Ooh, favorite type of tournament. Okay, so I'm stealing, and I'm gonna go with two answers. Favorite basic tournament type is either like a bear pit or a round robin, where you fight everyone. More fighting is always better. So in the double limb, you catch two of the hot fighters for the day, and then you're out. Round robin lets you fight everyone, and then gives you a better understanding of how you were that day. My favorite tournament is the Known World Baronial Tournament at Pennsic, because one, it's round robin, but two, there's no points. You go, you introduce yourselves, you sign in, you get a number, you go, you fight everyone. And the fighting is all up to you guys, you fighters. And then they call you in front of the panel of their excellencies. They ask you questions, and then their excellencies choose their champion for the year. So I would, and I love the idea of the gallery vote, or the selection process of we choose you, Pikachu, to be our champion. So I may be biased. That's the first style of tournament I won as an unbelt coming up. Was our tournament, the Daffodils, which was a gallery vote. But yeah, the crowd picks them or someone picks them. That's what I like.
So Shay?
So at TOC last year, James decided to introduce a speed tournament to the mix, where everybody lined up and guy on the left and the guy on the right met in the middle and fought, and everybody just went on down till there was nobody. And if you lost, you went to one side. If you won, you went to the other. And the winners fought and the losers fought, and it was just you fought freaking everybody, kind of like a bear pit. But it was a full tournament that lasted, 36 seconds. It felt like it was just over with so fast, which sucked. But you got a lot of fights in, and it was so much fun. I had such a blast doing the speed tournament. I'd never done that kind of tournament before, and I fell in love with it. So yeah, I want to go with that.
I would say mine probably Torchlight. That way I have an excuse if I get hit real hard on accident, like if I forget to block something. And then secondly, nobody has to look at me afterwards. So when I'm in the corner crying because I lost, it's less embarrassing.
I've never been in a Torchlight tourney.
Say what?
I've never been in a Torchlight tourney.
Oh, come on now. BAM's the best one to go in.
I've been to BAM one time. Man, my work doesn't let me travel a lot.
Yeah. You're one of our favorite Glenavon people also asked a question. Joni wants to know, how does your persona play into your play and the traditions of being a squire, Shay?
So, my persona is mid to late 10th century Irish, and I dress Roos. I fight in a Roos kit. There are no traditions around being a squire. I just go and have fun, and my wife makes me look pretty when I do it. She needs to start doing masks or something, but the garb she makes me is gorgeous. We decided we like the Roos because it's super sexy, and that's what we're going with right now. It might change in the near future. Who knows? She might get a hair up her ass to do Lance Connect like Uther and Kenna and them, and she's shaking her head no. So, okay, we're going to stick with Roos. But yeah, my persona is Irish. I've decided that he's a mercenary, and that's why I'm in Kiev now, fighting in the Roos kit, because he travels, and that's the only way it works.
So, Samson?
Yeah, I have a persona, but it doesn't. To steal a line from the His Majesty East, my persona is AS 49 when I joined. I don't add that part to my SCA. I base my the garb and the silhouette for fighting off of a crusader of the Second Crusades in the late 1100s. But that is as deep as the persona goes. My SCA is much more the current Middle Ages. So it is more, me and not a persona.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason I picked this name is to piss off the heralds. So it was, yeah.
And that's why I changed my name, because my Irish name couldn't be pronounced. So there we go.
Yeah. At least y'all got
Irish tonight. I'm
just that effing guy. So our current prince asked a question also. His Highness Wolf, even though it's not a driving force behind your game, what is an accolade that you were awarded that stood out to you, Samson?
So the court barony in the East Kingdom is a big thank you gift. And the fact that their Majesties Ivan and Natavia bestowed me a court barony for the service I gave them as the Queen's Guard is the thank you gift that really stands out to me the most, because it
Cool.
because it's nice to feel seen, and so yeah, so that's the biggest one for me.
Sweet. Shay?
Our Kingdom Award, the Order of the Aries. It's our Magus Award. Your fighting is getting up there, I guess is a good way to put it. But you also have an accurate period kit. So it's not just how well you do, but how good you look doing it. And when I got that, it kind of validated the work that I've been putting in. Made it feel like, and the work my wife put in, because I damn sure didn't sew any of this stuff. It made me feel like it was worth my time again, if that made sense. Even though I was still having fun, it validated that I'm having fun the right way.
Kind of a little booster.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, Shay, you might be in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Even wants to know. What would you
There's
say
no
to
one.
someone who feels as if they have reached a wall in their path and feel as their goals are unattainable?
That's what are your goals? What your goal should be to have a good time.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, and that's going to be a big point for me is having fun. If you are doing something in the SCA to reach a specific point, you're doing it wrong. You can have that because you're seeing that as an end goal, as that's a stopping point, and it shouldn't be a stopping point. Knighthood or a Pelican or Laurel or MOD, any of them, that's just the next step in shit that you actually have farther to go now.
Yeah.
Some people are satisfied with putting on armor and fighting. Some people, or just being in the kitchen and never receiving any accolade or any award. And that's awesome. Some people feel they have to have knighthood or they have to be made a Pelican or a Laurel or the MODs, God bless, I don't see how those guys do it with all the freaking fabric they have to wear to keep from getting stabbed for real. I would die of a fucking heat stroke.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand their dedication. I really don't. But you're looking at that as an end goal, and it shouldn't be an end goal. And if you're looking at it as I'm trying to reach this point, then you're going to stall. You're going to hit a wall because you're doing it for the wrong reason. That's my take on it.
Samson, what you got?
So self-assessment is incredibly important. So if they feel their stuff is unattainable, I'd be like, you're right. You suck. Have a good night. No.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'd be like, you're right. Sucks to suck. You want a beer? No. To draw on what Shay was saying, and to go back to what we were saying about where it is okay to want it, but you're not supposed to chase it. And there is a difference, right? There is a distinct difference between saying, I want to be recognized, and my goal is to be recognized, right? So like this goes down to having them take a deep breath and evaluate whatever their whatever their goal is, and like Shay said, remind them to have fun, find the fun again. That is something we say a lot of, is, find your fun, keep at it, and recognition comes in time, and it is never on time, because that's not how it works.
Yeah.
So it is someone, I can't scroll up, so I don't remember who said it, but it is not. It is it's recognition. If you're not enough without it, then you won't be enough with it. Thorin, I totally butchered what you said before. I know I hear him from Canada screaming at his computer.
Hey.
See? There we go.
So we got another question. Rowan, I'm not going to even attempt.
Hirschberger?
Yeah, something. What's some of the hardest advice you've received or gotten from the Knights? She smiled at that one, so I'm going to go with him.
With me?
Yeah.
It was from Sir Luther. Fix your fucking feet. What are you doing? You look stupid. It's the worst. Yeah, because I thought I was, doing it right.
Yeah.
No, the hardest advice I've ever received was don't be yourself. And that was. I'm not going to delve too far into it, but I like I said with the Kimiko thing, I was a loud, boisterous, drunken moron, and I've been called out on it a few times, and learning how to control the good time me versus the public me was tough. That was hard. It was a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah. All right. Samson? Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Thanks, Log John. Or John the Log, rather. Hardest advice from the Knights. We were talking about this before the show. The hardest part, the hardest advice from the Knights was getting into the martial art and the calibration aspect. With my martial art background, with all the sparring, we had the judges on the outside, active marshaling, right? Where other people would judge for you. So then, the hardest bit of the advice and wrapping it around is calibration, the issues that come with calibration, and basically how to handle it after you either and it goes going both ways with the calibration, either touched with a shot where you were like, nah, I feel it's pretty light, or trying to ramp it up to 11 to convince your opponent. So that was that was the hurdle.
When I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu when I started, my big thing was leading with my head. I was used to leaning in and just getting a flat snap to the face 500 times in a night. You kind of get discouraged.
When I switched, when I go fencing, I gotta remember don't lean in because the person who asked the question is one of the fencers I fence, who just goes thank you and it just pokes me right in the face.
I said I wasn't going to bring it up, but the rose thing, you leaned in a little bit too far.
You mean the one where you hit me and I said good and you were like, no, old man, get up so I can hit you harder? You mean that rose third of it?
Those weren't the exact words, but at least you knew what I was thinking. Joni asked again another question. What is your absolute favorite moment you've experienced in the SCA? And it kind of relates to another question that was asked about what moment did you see or experience that made you fully feel the dream? I don't know if you guys want to think on this or
favorite moment. There is really. I can't pick. I can't pick a favorite moment. Yeah, I'm wicked sorry to be like a favorite moment or like the favorite moment.
Well, just a moment where you fully felt immersed in the game, where it was like, okay, this is the dream. Is what I assume is asked.
Okay, so going fully immersed, walking around my first Penzic, seeing what the SCA can be. That is absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Shay, what you got?
My wife's telling me our hand fasting at Gulf Wars. Oh my god!
You better say that for the after show.
Yeah. Saturday nights at the Dragon.
Sweet.
At Gulf Wars. It's you never feel more involved in the current Middle Ages, as it were, than you do right then. You just the rest of the world melts away.
Oh yeah. See, mine's evening court at Gulf Wars. As soon as the sun sets, we have the fires, like the torches lit. Like that's where it's like, wow, this is it. This is cool shit.
Yeah, I'm normally drunk by then, so I don't.
Yeah. See, I just got to experience the drunk part of that court this year.
Oh yeah,
I'm a baby. Remember. So let's see. There was other questions here. Let's see. Joni might kill me for this, but I'm gonna skip her question real fast since we just asked one of her questions. So from Her Highness of Glenavon, what advice would you give a new fighter starting out? Shit.
Don't lean your head in too far and have a good time. Just have fun. Don't take it so damn serious. It's a hobby. Yes, it's a sport. We tend to take it serious. Some people take it too serious. Don't take it as serious as some. Have a good time and always fight with honor.
Always. Samson?
Yeah, right. Like, I would welcome them and explain that they are starting a journey that is going to be the next 10, 15, 20, 30, 30 years of their life, or longer, right? Like, it is not a sprint. This is a journey. It is a path for a reason. And most importantly, when you're in a fight, don't do what I do and don't chase rattan like a golden retriever with your face.
Fair enough. That would be what I'd do. Don't chase rattan like a golden retriever.
Don't catch it with your face.
Joni's question is almost the same, but it's a little on the other side. What advice would you give to someone who feels uncomfortable in a hobby? Or shy. Uncomfortable or shy.
Oh, welcome to the club.
It would be not go meet Shay. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, no. What? Someone who feels uncomfortable or shy? Remember the part in the show where I said the SCA is home to everyone who feels 5 to 10 degrees off normal?
Oh yeah.
I would love to know someone who isn't uncomfortable or shy, regardless of years in, versus just starting out. It can absolutely be intimidating. So start small, find a couple people who they are comfortable around, and again, just like fighting, you are starting a path for the next few decades of your life. So ease into it and come along for the journey.
Hell yeah. Shay, what you got?
Find your tribe. There's somebody out there for everybody. There's plenty of fish in the sea, but there's plenty of weirdos in the society, and you're going to find someone that you mesh with quite well. You just have to look for them. Sometimes we'll sneak up on you and jump in your pouch and not leave you alone. That's like how my wife did me. She won't leave me alone. No. You find stage fright. Not doing well in social situations. That's a lot of us. It really is. So coming into this new, I'm not going to say put yourself out there, because that may not be who you are. If it is, awesome. Put yourself out there if you can and attract your tribe. But if you're the shy type, just hang out, go group to group. You're going to see little cliques of people, and I don't want to call it like it's cliquish or anything. That's not what I'm trying to say. But you're going to find where groups of people hang out, and it's going to be the same groups of people repeatedly. Go hang out with them. We're going to welcome you, unless it's a freaking Knights meeting and they throw empty beer bottles at you and tell you to go away. I'll never forget that day. Yeah, you try, So do that.
Yeah. Well, we're headed towards the end, and Annora would probably kill us if we didn't ask her question. Let me see if I can find it, if John hasn't already. Shit. There we go. How prepared has the SCA made you for the zombie apocalypse?
Oh, I am so ready. Is this not the absolute perfect community to survive in the zombie apocalypse? Like I can't imagine another community that would be more well prepared for such a time than us.
I hate that I sold my chainmail.
You left the chainmail gang? You're so close
to it and got fatter, and it started fitting me like a corset.
Remember, not fatter, flooded.
No, I was fat.
No more flooding was happening.
Yeah, there was no flood. I was pissing Jello.
You're just one suit of chainmail away from being perfect.
But yeah, that's the only thing I'm lacking for the zombie apocalypse is chainmail. So
I know there's other questions, but I'm seeing one from Sir Sterling McGuire there from a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
And
John's not doing his job. Didn't start. What are the top 2 things you are looking forward during the year after your ceremony of your knighting? If I read that, I probably did not read that properly.
At all. I don't think that was English.
That's okay. Squires can't read. We know this. Squires can't read.
Word hard.
I'm looking forward to hugging my wife. That is celebrating with her. That's that, and then turning around to the family, behind me at the time. That would be that's what I'm looking forward to.
What am I looking forward to after getting knighted?
Yeah.
Probably trying to find my walker and
wheelchair. We'll dress it up like a horse. It'll be, it'll be
so I made the joke that I wanted my scroll to be a cane because by the time I got knighted, I would need it.
Right. What am I looking forward to? I have no idea. I really don't. I don't know. I haven't haven't
Not
thought
getting
about
beer bottles thrown at you when you walk into the circle finally.
Oh yeah, them not throwing beer bottles at me. That'd be awesome. Yeah, because that'd be the new night. I'd have to bring the beer.
Yeah.
Assholes. No, I really don't know. I don't know what I mean, yeah, like obviously hugging my wife. That's a good one. I'm going to steal that one because that makes sense. Because yeah, she is definitely a driving force in everything I do in the SCA. Everything. Making me put on armor even when I don't want to, because I'm hungover or nursing an injury and it's not a real injury. I'm just making it up because I don't want to put on armor. She's the reason I'm still here, not just in the SCA but in real life too. Telling my kids that I'm a knight, that's going to be pretty cool. You know, they're going to look at me like they don't know what I'm talking about because they're like their mom. They're not very smart. I mean, look who she married. She's obviously an idiot. But yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
So your wife made 2 mistakes also? Yes, and I do.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I made the mistake of getting her contacts. You know, when she saw what she married, she's changing her mind.
Hell yeah. Well, we've officially reached an hour, which is normally.
All right, I'm out. Bye, y'all.
This was really fun. This was really interesting. I got to see a new side of Shay, which was nice.
Oh wow.
Weird.
It was cool, huh?
I got to talk to Samson outside of armor, so that was fun. But I had a good time, guys. Good talks. Really, really neat perspectives, which is why we do the Squires, finding new perspectives along the path. Because all the old guys did it weird,
That's because they're old.
Yeah.
Some of our knights are younger than me. We're not going to talk about that.
Well, thank you guys, and thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you for inviting me. Thanks everyone for coming along. Thank you, Shay.
Thank you, Samson. It was really nice talking to you, man. It was nice to meet you. It was awesome.
Yeah, nice meeting you too. And, Penzik?
No, I'm not going to make Penzik. Unfortunately, I'm going to Lily's, and I'm leaving in about 30 minutes.
All right. Well, safe travels. Out of Kingdom, I'm going to Great West and Gulf Wars. So if you're at either of those,
Gulf Wars, that's for sure.
All right, Gulf Wars, I'll find you.
Hell yeah.
All right, everybody. Peace out.
Good night.